So far, the the major point from the author is the benefit of adult children moving back with parents. So we get that sense. Now, paragraph six is a point is a turning. Well, it's not really a turning point, but this is the point where the author begin to explain this trend more, the trend of adult children moving back with parents. So far, they've talked about the benefit of that. Now they will begin to explain the trend while at the same time continuing to give evidence of the benefits of adult children moving back with parents. So paragraph six, this is a short one. This relationship has been evolving over the last generation, and the next few paragraphs, the authors, if you're reading this for the second time, you know that in the next few paragraphs, the author continues to provide evidence of this trend and the benefit of this trend, and that's pretty much the key focus of this article: the trend of adult children moving back with parents and the benefit of that. Before moving on to paragraph seven, let's go back to paragraph three. I'd like to mention something in paragraph three that was mentioned in the meeting. Well, in paragraph three, again, it's the 180-degree turn, where the first two paragraphs is about the negative aspect of adult children moving back with parents, but paragraph three is the 180-degree turn, where it starts to go into the positive aspect of young adult children moving back with parents. So this usually, as Hope mentioned, the 180-degree turns in articles like these they generally denote the thesis or the main focus of the article. So at this point of the third paragraph, the reader has a sense that this is where the author is going, and we can anticipate that the author is going to present examples, evidence, and even statistics to support this point of view of this main idea of the benefit of young adult kids returning home. Paragraph 7. This is where the authors present some statistics, some simple statistics to support the key point of the trend, this trend of adult children moving back with parents and getting closer with parents, benefiting from such closeness in moving back with parents. Although this paragraph is not really presented in an organized fashion, somewhat all over the place. So let's go through each part. So paragraph 7 is pasted here on top, and so I'm going to show you how I break this down. This is a simple way to break this down and simplify what all these numbers, years, percentages are saying. In 1986, about half of parents reported that they had spoken with a grown child in the past week. Okay, so this is 1986. So less than half. So that would be what, like 50%, less than half. Since there are other places where they use percentages, so I'm just gonna keep it consistent with percentages. So less than half of 50% of parents spoke with adult child in past week or recently. So I'm just gonna leave that out. We'll remember that in the recent week. So the next part, second sentence, in 2008, 87 right here, 2008, 87% has said they had spoken with the adult child in the past week. So that would be 87% of parents spoke with adult child. So it's the same variable, but numbers are different in the two different years. In 1988, less than half of parents gave advice to a grown child in the past month. So let's break this down one at a time. So let's come back down here. 2008. Oh, actually, 19. We're up to 1988. They're less than half. Half is 50%. Less than 50% of parents gave advice to child recently in the past month. Okay, so coming back here, next part, in the same year, 1988, fewer than 1 in 3 have provided help, some type of help, hands-on help. So it's 1988, fewer or less than 1 in 3. 1 in 3 is 1/3. 1/3 is translated to what? 33% approximately, but it's actually 33.333333%, but let's round it to 33%. Less than 33% provided hands-on help. Where are we up to? We're up to here. Recent data show that nearly 90% of parents give advice and 70% provide some type of practical assistance every month. So there's two parts there. The authors didn't give a specific year. So recently, so it's recent years, closer to 2000. So the article is written recently, 2012. So it's more this generation, along with 2008, the new generation. So recently, 90% of parents gave advice to child. Okay, so 90% of parents gave advice to child, to adult child. And the next part is also recent data, recent years. 70% provide some type of assistance every month. So recent years, recently. So data from recent years shows that 70% provide some type of assistance or help, assistance. Okay, now that you write it out, and I recommend students to when they annotate to really write it out. Sometimes it requires drawing flowcharts, but in this case, I recommend just writing it out like this. It's actually that's all it took to help me. And after I've written it out, reviewing it again, I realized that this is easier to demonstrate in the table. So here I prepared a table here to fill in, looking at the time period. So it's pretty much recent years. The authors are comparing recent years, and this is consistent with the previous paragraphs. Recent generation compared to 20 years ago or so. So let's put recent years in this column, and like the year 1986, 1988, that's way back. I'm just gonna say way back. I'm not gonna specify how many years. we know. And I mean, you don't have to use these words, but I mean, this helps me. You could use Stone Age instead of way back, or Ice Age instead of way back. Or hey, maybe you could, instead of way back versus recent years, you could say pigeon mail age versus email age or something. Whatever, whatever you want to put, that would help you identify the two different ages, two different generations. Okay, this lesson will be continued in the next video. Because of YouTube's length limit on videos, I have to continue this in the next video. If you're getting this from my blog, the next video should be right below this one. If you're watching this from YouTube, the link to the next video should be somewhere below the video, and or on the right side of the page.